I appreciate you so much, guys, for stopping here and choosing me, subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing the content that I have been making for you guys thus far. You are appreciated by me. So let's dive in. Okay, abalozi, umlozi. I will definitely continue speaking of such, especially now because it is their time. All right. So let's look at the manifestation of abalozi. Remember that abalozi is a combination of spirits that were channeled during a particular time for a particular reason. Who channeled these spirits is umlozi. Who is umlozi? Umlozi is a particular ancestor. It's a particular ancestor that manifests from your ancient ancestors, of which these are your descendants. Okay, so umlozi is particularly a person who originate from Zimbabwe. So this person, they actually kimina kwebo. We mean the Zimbabwean bird. So this is why they come in a form of birds or those sounds that actually make noisy stuff in your ears. Okay, this means your own ancestors of your origin are calling up on you in that way. So most people who possess umlozi, they actually come from royal families. Okay, why? Because channeled spirits were most commonly used by people of the royal. Why? For a particular reason, to protect the empire that already they possess, to protect Leruo that they already possess, to protect the crops and everything else that already these people they possessed during that time. Remember that the now and then it's different, guys. Okay, their way of survival and our way of survival is different. So how they survived and how we survive now, it's different. Okay, so we have to be aware of this and how to differentiate these two. So umlozi is a person who is more connected with nature. So when they come to you, when they are present, that's when you will realize that you are somewhat withdrawing from the outside world, because it is not compulsory as far as the spirit connected to you is concerned. Okay, this spirit was more connected to nature more than anything, the elemental way of doing things, be it the ether, the water, the fire, the air, okay, and the earth. Okay, so why? Because ba phela again ka leruo ba ba byala goreng ba tle ba je again. So they relied more on rainwater. There was no such things as the pompo and stuff. So the rivers had to be full for that particular reason. So that's why they had a connection with nature. And this means they were more connected with nature spirits. Okay, so this is why in the ancient times, gods and goddesses were worshipped for that particular reason and nothing else, so that they can actually gain something out of that. So this is why now we're having climate changes and everything else, because we are no longer what? Aligned with nature. We rely more on civilization and more. Okay, so we are not connecting with the seasons. So they understood the seasons, how they operate, and the deities that comes with that, and why the need to invoke them. Okay, so that they can manifest out of nature, they can manifest out of water, they can manifest out of fire and all that. Just so each and every one had a role to play during that time. So now it's different. We live in a situation where things are kind of like better. You easily get water, electricity, and all that just easily like that. So do you actually need the spirits in your life now? Is a question. Okay, so this is why now things are being transformed now. these spirits are somewhat being used differently in a way that they now become more harmful than anything else. Okay, because as we grow and also as the lineages grow and all that jazz, our ancestors, they discover and now they see, oh, this is what I can add to what already my ancestors have taught me, so that I can make life even better for me. Okay, remember that these spirits that were channeled were kind of like pure spirits. It can be people that were intentionally sacrificed during that time. They knew they were being sacrificed, okay, because that's what happens literally when it comes to kings and queens in the olden, in the ancient times. Okay, so that was the particular reason. Those type of spirits were the ones that were kind of like channeled. So to call up on those energies. So these energies, they know equal, they know how they are being summoned, and already they know there is a particular job for us to do. You get what I'm saying? That's why all of those ancestors, that all of those spirits that were channeled during that time will come, because this is what they know. The difference is you calling them and now you're confusing them, because what you're calling them for is different from what they are used to. You know what I'm saying? This is why you need the direction of umlozi to understand how to operate with abalozi. So is there a need to connect with abalozi? Nah, that's a question. Okay, because you do have umlozi, of which is this spirit that comes with abalozi. So you communicate with umlozi within you. Okay, so umlozi will know exactly what to do as far as your situation is concerned. If you are in trouble, umlozi will take care of business for you. There is no need for you to connect with the spirits that you don't know, that you do not understand. Umlozi within you knows this spirits and understands the spirit the better way. If you need something, you communicate with the one umlozi. Okay, that's the one that you communicate with. Instead, you communicate le, you know, when you communicate le memoya, it's more like a direct connection here, electricity. Also, box, mabon, you know, exactly that. So that's why if you do have abalozi, it simply means there is umlozi involved in it. So in a nutshell, there is a huge difference between abalozi and the spirits of unrest, as in like dipoko. Okay, abalozi are channeled spirits that were channeled during a particular time by our own Asian ancestors for a particular reason. It can be for protection, so to speak. Okay, so there was a consent for that. Okay, and as far as dipoko ke mo moya le goreng aya robala botse, okay, they are still crying, they are still yearning to be part of this world. And if such memoya are being ignited for a particular task, a particular reason, those are not abalozi. Ke memoya e rileng that is being called up for a particular task. And such spirits, they need appeasing, so you need to appease them. It can be by blood, it can be by meat, it can be by whatever, depending on a situation. But then abalozi, you operate with abalozi through the ancestors, and that's the difference between the two, guys. Okay, so abalozi will come during that time when you are spiritually mature, then you understand how spirits operate, and you have a clue as to badimo per se, so to speak. So it doesn't matter whether you are initiated or not, your level of maturity spiritually, that's exactly what counts when it comes to them. Okay, so they now they are aware that you can handle the heat, you can handle that energy that comes with them, because it's not just an easy energy that can be handled by just about anybody. Okay, and these are the notes that you need to be aware of when this spirit sits or settle down. Okay, you will be more connected to nature, because that's how they survived through the elemental way of doing things. you connect more with nature, you are connected more with animals and stuff like that. And this is why spirit animals were more important during that time. This is why we had so-called totems. They play a role in our lives, okay? That's why, because they connected more with nature in that sense. So the spirit will definitely drives you through nature and you loving nature and animals and stuff like that. This is why they are being called the messengers of the gods and the messengers of God, because God is nature himself, okay? That's exactly what he created. So if you take care of his creation, then you are simply taking care of him, okay? So by taking care of him, you are taking care of yourself. That is the logic behind everything. So they will teach you the elemental way of doing things, meaning you have to go back to the roots. That's the only way to communicate with that spirit, meaning planting, meaning those plants and everything that connects with the element. You must visit the water bodies and stuff like that, all those things. That's how you bring the spirit closer, so that it becomes easy for you to communicate and you understand. The connection now becomes more stronger, and what the spirit will do will definitely find a space, a place called home for you, okay, so that it can be able to operate. There is no way the spirit will teach you under someone else's roof, because they don't want to be controlled. They are territorial like that. Yes, they love their freedom. That's why they operate through bears and stuff like that. But they are territorial. They want a place that they can actually call home. So you must have your own home where the abalozi will be kept safe and sound. It's roaming around somewhere and stuff like that. So umlozi will make sure you have a place of your own. That's the first thing umlozi will bless you with. The running around will stop, because at the beginning of the journey, the spirit will redirect you. We want this, we want that. So you will be more of a traveler. They will want you to collect all these items, all these tools that they will need, because there are tools that they were using in the ancient times. Ki dilepe, ki di spear, ki matlalo, ki everything else. So those things already, when you have recollected all of them without your knowledge, then now they settled. Now they know what we have, all the weapons that we need. So now it's time for school. Now they're schooling you, whether maybe you are aware or not. Now you are initiated. You are simply being initiated by them. So this is when now the instructions comes. Then you will start seeing synchronicities. You connect more with animals and stuff. You understand more. Now your third eye chakra is becoming more active. You understand a lot of things. So you will definitely withdraw from some other things that really used to please you more, okay? So now you're going back. That's how we connect with the spirit of umlozi, by going back to the roots, by connecting with nature, by connecting with the natural resources, okay? Umlozi loves natural resources. Okay? Merojo, uja such things, okay? Such things and stuff like that. So when it comes to this spirit, the problem became when people divided, okay, moving from their origin to when now they divided, as in now tribes were created and stuff like that. So that's when the problem came, and then the role of power became into play. So that's when now things get outy, and now things cannot be controlled anymore, because people now are fighting. It can be tribes fighting for a particular reason. So who's stronger than who's stronger than who? So now memoya were now ignited. So this is another dimension, okay, when they grow, okay. So these are no longer the Asians. Now they fight a lot. This is how the Nguni tribes and Amabutu were created, because now they realize, oh, we can use this memoya, now we will transform it to something else. So they fight through wars and stuff like that. Now we're fighting physically. Blood is being shed. So this is how the manifestation of umdiki manifested, you know, such energies that are more angry, such energies that are more feisty, that are more vengeful. So these spirits are now being used, these vengeful spirits, and now they're being called abalozi. No, the real abalozi that were ignited were pure. These spirits can be channeled, they can be controlled. These spirits you can't control. Now they used to fight. That's exactly what they will invite in your life. So if you have ignited such energies, you will realize that you will always be a runner, okay? Because these people, they will always be running from one space to another, okay? Because of war. Or you may find that people fight with you time and time again, regardless, okay? They can give you money, yes, and all of that, but then at the same time, you end up losing that money. Why? Because you have to run, or you have to relocate, or whatever. So you will always be a runner, just like a bird. Okay, you move from one space to another. You don't have a space of your own. And remember that umlozi needs a space where you can call upon them harmoniously. So those are those things, those tools that I'm speaking of. You put them go okay, so they reside, and they will definitely make sure that you find a place where nature is free. Okay, you are surrounded by trees and everything, you are free. So there are a lot of birds and stuff like that, so there is freedom, so they can fly from. So they will also assign a bird that is relevant, or more like your protector. Okay, at the same time, you are aware of how they communicate, because that's how the enemy will attack, by what is already around, like sending you some monitoring spirits that are more similar, you know, to what is relevant to you, to kind of like confuse you. So the only way to know Umlozi doesn't communicate for a long time, doesn't go to details, they just give you clues. If the spirit comes to you and it goes direct, then different, then you should know, or no, something is wrong. And they come through your ancestors, because they are connected with your ancestors. It is not just imimoya that you don't necessarily understand. They can come in a form, yeah, is related to umlozi. Mainly, it can be that, sorry, that umlozi is your great-great-grandmother, okay? So they will come in a form of your grandmother that you know, and your grandmother will be short. Or do this, do that, or do this, don't do this, don't do that. That's what they do. That's how they communicate with you through your dreams, through your dream state. And they also communicate with you daily. They are always around you. That's why you need to refrain from many things, so that you can actually get the messages that they are telling you. And there will also be a confirmation. It can be through a person that will definitely come, or it can be through maybe the videos that you see, or it can be through something else, guys. It can be you going out maybe, and then you come across something that is more relevant to whatever that they are literally trying to say. So this is how they communicate. They are connected with nature and everything else surrounding it. Okay, so I really hope this makes sense. Okay, so I think I will definitely come back more and add more, because there were ways of them surviving, how they survived, okay, and all that jazz. And remember, as far as the elements, they will introduce all these elements to you during the right time, when you are ready. Remember that umlozi is the spirit that had the Nzonza spirit during their time, because they were connected with nature, they were connected with deities, they were connected with the water spirits and all that jazz. So the only way to get through, you have to pass the test that comes with umlozi within you, so that you can step into that energy where you are needed, okay? And also, it all comes to your heart, if it's pure, or you still have to do that type of healing of some sort, guys, okay? So about Jah, that's why they take time. They are so patient. That's why you also need to be patient as far as them is concerned. Because once ujaha, say for instance, you have that eager to make money, they will prove to you somehow that, okay, you will make money and you will lose it. So then you will realize your foolishness, correct? Okay, it's pointless making money in order to lose it at the end of the day, okay? So they are the most patient ancestors there is. All right, so you need to be patient with yourself also, as well as you become patient with them, because they can easily refrain if you now you become feisty. You want them to be like, you want them to be your puppet. No, it doesn't work like that. Then they refrain, okay, and then they will take you 2 steps back instead, because of how you treat them. Okay, guys, remember that when you are in a spiritual journey, the best way to go is to demonstrate your ignorance so that it can be corrected. That's why you need to be expressive, so that they can realize, oh, so you're not aware of this. Then they correct it for you. We only learn from mistakes. There is no a master of everything in life, guys, okay? Similarly, when it comes to your ancestors, when you realize, okay, then you go to them, or, oh, was I right here or not? Then they will clarify, or no, this was right, this was wrong, or whatever. That's why every time when you connect with them, the first thing you do is, may I be forgiven for each and every wrong that I'm doing, as far as you are concerned, before anything else. Okay, guys, so that's a little that I wanted to share for now. I really hope it does help some of you. Do subscribe to the channel, give it a thumbs up. And if I come back, gang, guys, from me to you, I'm sending you love and light. You take care. Bye.